What's up, everybody? This is Zach with New England Sports Talk, and today we are redoing the recap video of Ja Morant. I made the video, and then somehow the audio footage that I got from my Ja Morant and my RJ Barrett video, somehow they got mixed up. For some reason, my RJ Barrett audio was on the Ja Morant video, and then the RJ Barrett one was fine. It was just the Ja Morant one, for some reason, that one just got messed up. So we're going to re-record this one, and I guess it's kind of some good practice for me, I guess, coming into this video. So let's talk about Ja Morant. That's our guy today that we're going to review 2019 draft profile for him. He's a 6'3", 175-pound sophomore guard out of Murray State. Fantastic basketball player. If you didn't see him, you at least heard of the dude because he was all over social media, especially at the end of the season. He was towards the end of the regular season as well, but especially towards the end of like the actual NCAA season, first or second round of the games that he played, he went fantastic and that kind of thing. So you definitely have heard of the guy. Maybe you've seen a clip about him, but let's go ahead and go over a little bit more in depth about what his game is and what he's all about. So some of his strengths, he's an outstanding passer, and you notice that right away. He's a fantastic ball handler as well. Anything with the ball, he's good at just about. It's not just the consistency with assists or anything like that. It's not also just the flashy passing either. A lot of times it's really just comes down to him making the right pass, and not just the right pass, but also putting the ball in the right position as well too. So there's a difference between throwing a pass to the wide open player and throwing a good pass to a wide open player, right? So having them be in the best position to be able to shoot the ball or run the fast break or whatever the case is, to be able to do that, and he does that extremely well. He's by far the best passer in the draft combine, and that will be a prospect into the NBA draft of 2019. So that was some of his offensive things. The defensive things, though, he is a solid defender, even though he's 6'3". His wingspan really gives him his advantage on the defensive end, and he doesn't really gamble a lot on defense either. So a lot of times what you'll see is, especially point guards, they will gamble on defense to kind of make up for maybe their size or whatever the case is, where they'll kind of gamble in the passing lanes or something, and that puts them out of position. That can really cause the defense to just get shut down and not be as effective if people are gambling all the time. Now, he picks his spots really well, but the majority of assists aren't coming from gambling either. They're coming from playing the player straight up, pickpocketing them, or something like that, and being able to play good defense that way, and that kind of thing. Now, also, not only his solid defense is that's a strength for him, he's also a very good leader as well too. So he played at Murray State. Like I said, they're not a Power 5 conference team by any means or whatever, but they did go into the NCAA playoffs this year, and they beat Marquette, who was the number 5 seed. So he's really leads by example with this team, and the team really got behind him, especially towards the end of the season. So even with a prospect as good as this, there are still some growth areas where he has, and that he needs to kind of take advantage of and really polish his game before he really makes himself known in the next level. And the first thing would be just shooting more consistently from the three-point line. So we all know that the NBA is a three-point game. You've got to be able to shoot that consistently and open up your offense accordingly. Now, he needs to be better at that. He can knock down the three-pointer, as you'll see in these highlights. However, he just needs to be a little bit more consistent with that, especially from the NBA range, and I think he's going to be dynamic. I think he's going to have a lot of similarities to Trae Young coming into the league, who's just a dynamic passer, but also can shoot the three. If he continues to, maybe he doesn't shoot the three as well as Trae Young did, because Trae Young had some crazy range from him when he was playing at OU, but he's going to be that kind of a player who's a little bit undersized, but relies on his quickness, his assist, and eventually his three-point game as well too, is really going to open up his offense and make him an effective piece on the offense for him for years to come. Also, his turnovers, he needs to knock those down a little bit. He is a little bit of a turnover-prone player, but he gets 10 assists a game, so you kind of expect that's not an unusual trend either. Usually the person who leads the league or leads the team in assists per game usually also leads the team in turnovers per game as well too. So nothing crazy there. That's to be expected, and that's just going to come with maturity and relativity to the game, and just being more aware of what's going on and that kind of thing. So it's gonna turn itself around. It's just a matter of time, but that's one of his growth areas. So as far as the key matchup, the biggest game that I had seen him play, I didn't get a lot of his games televised to me, honestly, where I'm at, but I did see the Marquette game, and I saw a few of the other games as well too, especially towards the end of the season, where some of their games were actually getting televised, because at the beginning of the year they really weren't. But on March 21st, again, they played the number 5 seed Marquette in the NCAA tournament. He put up a triple-double with 17 points, 16 assists, 11 rebounds, and 16 assists is a lot. That wasn't even his season high either. His highest was 18 assists in a game on January 10th. So he shows that he can pass the ball. He shows that he's efficiently. He can shoot the ball as well too. He plays big for his size as well too. He gets rebounds, that kind of thing. Now, the only knock that he had on that game was 7 turnovers, but again, it's a playoff game. You know, they're playing a really good team against Marquette. That will come down at the next level, I believe, after he gets a little bit more familiar with the game and the style and that kind of thing as well. Now, just so you know as well, talking about those turnovers, 3 of the last 4 games that he played in the NCAA, he had 7 turnovers. So, you know, when he's playing well, he tends to be turnover prone, which again, that will come down, I believe. I know I keep saying that, but it's going to come down. He's going to be a solid player at the next level. That's just one of the growth areas that I wanted to mention. On the flip side, though, as far as scoring, he did have six different games with 30 points or more this season. So fantastic. He can shoot at will, it seems like, and he can score on anybody. And he's so quick. That's the thing about him. He's so quick. He can get off his shot so quickly or get to the lane. Has a really good crossover as well too. He feels really good with the ball in his hand. Really good ball handler as well. He's going to get around most defenders as well. Let's talk about some of his awards that he won this year. So he won the Lute Olson and Bob Cousy Award as well. And obviously he was a first-team All-American as well. So that's similar to R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett won first-team All-American also, and the Jerry West Award, who's given to the best shooting guard. He won the Bob Cousy Award, which is given to the best point guard, the Lute Olson Award, and then the first-team All-American as well. So he's obviously going to be a top 3 pick in this NBA draft. Just what order, I don't know yet. Just depends on the needs of the team, because Memphis is at 2. They probably would take a chance on Ja Morant, but they have Mike Conley, so it just probably depends on if they can move Mike Conley or not, or if they even want to. And if he does, whether or not they do move Mike Conley, I would expect Ja Morant to go probably number 2. Again, we'll have some mock drafts for you guys later on, hopefully this week if I can make them. I want to get as many players as I can get done in the draft profiles, get their reviews done as well, and then we'll start those mock drafts. So that's just a side note for you guys as well. Now, we'll go ahead and at this point put up his 2018-2019 season stats and averages. He put up 24.5 points per game. Now that's 8th in the country, so not bad at all. He's a very good scorer, like I've said consistently in this video. He gets 5.7 rebounds a game. Considering he's 6'3", that's not bad. He gets more rebounds than some power forwards as well in this draft. So fantastic rebounder as well. 10 assists a game, that led the NCAA as well. And then he shot 49.9%, so basically 50% from the field. So again, he's efficient and he gets the shot that he wants at pretty much at will, it seems like. My comparison player for him, it was kind of difficult to kind of pick this one out because there's so many different aspects of his game that I could think of. I was thinking for his passing, maybe a Steve Nash, maybe for his crossover, maybe a Steve Francis or something like that. But honestly, just his overall game, considering he doesn't shoot the ball very well yet as far as from the three-point range, and the fact that he is a little bit of a turnover-prone player for right now, I'm thinking that the most realistic high-end comparison that I could give to him is probably Russell Westbrook or Allen Iverson. Now, I know that's high praise, and he is deserving of all of it, honestly. I think that's honestly what he's going to end up being. I think he's going to be that good. So if you got the 2 pick, maybe if you got the 1 pick, I don't know. Zion's the number 1 pick probably, but if you got the number 2 pick or something like that, you're probably going to take him at this point. So that was it, guys. That was my video for Ja Morant and his basically draft profile coming into this NBA draft. As always, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Ja Morant. Where do you think he should go? Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, guys. All right, we'll see you in the next one. See ya.